Yes, my wonderful people, welcome to J Progress Entertainment again, my people. You see, if you think Jamaica mash up, you learn something different this evening. You think Jamaica will mash up already? It just mash up now. Because of the decision with them decide to go make in a Jamaica right now. You see what going on at the school them? You see all of the problem we are going on at the school them with the people them? You know see Pitney a fight off teacher, you know see all kind of something? Well, me have another piece of information for you today. And if you know when think Jamaica won't get mash up yet, Jamaica just a go mash up now. And some parents are go feel it to them bone, you know. People, what me a talk about right now is Mr. Delroy Chuck, the Justice Minister, made a declaration, my people. Say they have plans to outlaw corporal punishment in homes. Building on the success of having bandit in school island wide has generated much discussion across social media. Of course, it must generate much of that. When you look how much video circulate all from what year. How much Pitney a fight off teacher. How much things happen in the school. And because nobody knows if you lead them already again. You spare the rod and spoil the child. Many people are going to disagree because enough people get foreignized and all them kind of something there. We don't see how foreign Pitney and all the manners to them parents are sitting. We don't realize them thing there. We don't see how foreign Pitney do anything what they want to do. Eh? We don't look how in the school them get mashed up. No, look how the kids them not care. No teacher can talk no Pitney at school nowadays. You know hear me say? Any teacher at school nowadays, since them justice people are going to say, spare the rod and spoil the child, any teacher talk to Pitney in a school a problem. You know see pan video all the while. And now, the parents them, when we discipline them Pitney, you are going to say, you can't touch your Pitney at school, you can't touch them a yard neither. So what the parents them going to do? When you left them a bad breed Pitney, them a out order Pitney, them a rude Pitney, especially in my country Jamaica fi do. You not give them a Pitney listen me man. What if them know them a do? You not give them a Pitney a inch, them take a yard. Them take a whole chain, them take a mile. And so, them ya Pitney a work so. People, make we jump into the story. Cause me no know how it a go. Who no think them ya nowadays Pitney a went bad it? We tell them go through with them a talk about ya so. Remove corporal punishment. So your Pitney take away something. Tease something you can't lick him on the finger again and say don't do it again. Your Pitney back chat and do him nothing. You can't give him one little touchings again and say behave yourself. If get him in line. No. Foreign style. It come like say, but what what go happen? Social media erupt. You understand? Rechucked in at corporal punishment ban at home. Of course, social media go erupt. Oh, the parents them go curb them the Pitney there. And that me want to ask the justice minister now. What? Me don't know where they not go focus on crime. We are mash up the country. Because if them a Pitney, if you spare the rod and spoil the child, no in a Jamaica, when a Pitney no say he can't go do anything and his mother or his father can't touch him. They only can talk loud. And I just talk, they can't talk. Imagine what go happen. Alright, make we move on. A declaration by Justice Minister Delroy Chuck that government has planned to outlaw corporal punishment in homes. Building on the success of having it banned in the schools island-wide, he generated much discussion across social media. We are against any form of punishment using a beating. It must not happen in schools, but it must also not happen in the homes, Chuck said. Woya, no parents. Good luck we do not want them a Pitney, because we don't know them. Them not no clue how them a Pitney, because them grow. Them grow for them Pitney in a uptown and grow for them Pitney in a high class foreign life. So them a Pitney and half rude. Them a Pitney and half do nothing. But brother, Uno know na do. However, some social media users are expressing concern about how such a ban and corporal punishment will be implemented and enforced in the homes. Others maintain that banning corporal punishment is not the answer to curtailing violence in school and other issues facing the youth. Exactly. In making his case for the ban on corporal punishment in homes locally, Chuck was also speaking at the Justice Ministry Child Divergent Forum of the Spanish Town at the Spanish Court Hotel in New Kingston last week. Right? Said the government aimed to create a cultural shift, encouraging parents to speak to their children in a strong language instead of resorting to physical punishment. Never work, not with Jamaica pitney them. Everybody at Jamaica don't talk loud already. Everybody in a pitney about them a pitney hear strong language. Strong language never work. Give pitney serious eyes, never work in a Jamaica. Me can tell you that from now. You create a monster way. Me no think you go can curtail. Remember me telling you that. So you better revisit that thing there again. Right? The initiative aligns with the Geneva Convention on the Rights of the Child, which celebrates its 35th anniversary this year, Chuck said. It is wrong. In other words, we must not use strap and whip and belt, especially belt buckles, to beat any child, Chuck declared. I get where you're coming from, Mr. Chuck, because guess what still? You have some parents who take it a little bit too far. There's a difference with getting your child in line, and there is also a difference when you are abusing the child. And you have some parents who take it a little bit too far, so I can understand that concept of it. But when you say you're going to ban in all the locals home, them boy, the pitney them done out in Jamaica already, and if them know so them parents can only talk to them and lick them. You see what me a boy? Certain things when me not do, actually me know at the beating, make me nobody do it. So me know say my mother find out and my father find out a problem. Imagine all them time they did all know now say my parents can't go lick me. They can't give me a beating. Oh gosh man. Oh gosh. Every Jamaica people know upon this alive, yeah. Anybody when live a foreigner know certain thing, no say. Foreign pitney out order because them can't get no lick. Jamaica pitney barely keep in line because they rod no spear. Remember when me tell you that? And Jamaica people know say. Jamaica pitney not talk to kind of pitney. Come like thick broken at their years old. Come like them deaf. You can't talk to them a pitney them man. Remember me tell you that. Moving on. Every parent must learn to scold the child. And I dare say that corporal punishment really works, he added. The ministry said parents must use alternative method to discipline their children. The government intends to outlaw any form of corporal punishment, Chuck reiterates. Continuing, he said, we have done so in the schools and we want to do it to the homes because of it. Why do you think so much problem in the school, Mr. Chuck? How much people are afraid to send them little youth to school right now because of what going on in the schools them? How much video you see come out with pitney a fight teacher in a school? How you think that work in a school? When me a go to school, me used to have a principal. And just because him have one little piece of belt, you know him stay already, you behave yourself. You have to behave yourself. So you talk about success in a school are the worst the schools in Jamaica has ever been in regards to violence. Remember me tell you that. You never have parents really afraid to send them pitney out to school, and when they send them pitney to school, then they are yard afraid. Them afraid a yard if them child will come back home from school. And you tell me say that I work? Something wrong we don't know up here, so man. Something wrong we don't know. Moving on. It doesn't help the child, and as far as we are concerned, it's much better to speak, perhaps in a strong language to the child, rather than to be slapping the child, pinching the child, twisting the child's ear, and using all sort of punishment to get behavior deemed appropriate by the parents, Chuck explained. He also urges address to encourage children to honor their mothers and fathers, but tell them they must eat you. Where the man live, man? Sometimes I feel like these decision makers and lawmakers really a mash up the country, you know. Yeah, man. Then come in with certain things where it's not really practical, but they don't care because they can make the rules, they make it anyway. All down to an idiot can tell you, say, if you decide and really in your right mind, Mr. Chuck, think say, talking to a rude Jamaica pitney, or when 5 rude pitney buck up, I go work. You have a next thing coming. Remember when me tell you that. Boy, oh boy, me no know. Among the instances that have driven the authorities toward the position was the case of a mother viciously beating her 12-year-old daughter with a machete in St. Thomas some years ago, which was captured on video that went viral on social media. Then they level the out of hand, and as me said before, there are some parents who take it a little bit too far. You hear me I say? Alright. But some social media users were livid by the suggestion from Chuck to ban corporal punishment from household. From them removing it, corporal punishment from school, the picnic them a get out of control, a woman wrote on Instagram. Of course, all a blind man can see that. So from them remove it from school them mash up. Picnic have no behavior at school again. Teachers can't talk to picnic again. You see one time when me I go to school, a teachers run school. Remember me tell you that. You see nowadays, a picnic run the school them. Remember when I tell you that. Moving on. Alright. I am the one who provide for my child, and I have never gotten a book voucher, not part payment for any of my 2 sons. So the government cannot tell me how to discipline them. Do that to those who get government aid, another woman said. But whoever that woman is, let me tell you, when the government them implement things, them are going to enforce it. But me don't know them are going to work it, because what you do, lock up the parents them, and who take care of them pitney. Because who don't know if you take care of pitney. Who don't know business about people pitney at the end of the day. So all that go. Boy, you know make plan, but it come like you don't have nothing really planned out. Shared another. So many real issues to address for protecting children, like making RAP penalties severe as the current ones are medicure, right? And the people them are focused on banning the freedom to discipline children. You can't make this up. You have a great point. You know how much kids are going missing in Jamaica? And a regular? And then can't find. They don't go missing and you find them. When picnic go missing in Jamaica, you don't find them. You have whole heap of all kind of man who keep them eyes pan like picnic in Jamaica. You have some man who run rampant and mash up the whole community them. And people them are living in fear and sitting. We don't have no time for that. You can't control crime. I don't want to remove the one little thing we keep little kids in line. We stay away from certain lifestyle. So what we not create? What we not really a plan to create? We not say that work in a school and mash up. A picnic run school. The schools have never seen so many weapons coming at the school in all of the history of school in Jamaica. Teachers never would have expected them to reach a stage where they can't talk to pupils again. Teachers never expect them to reach a stage where every picnic with them talk to and fight them. So all that are working at school. We don't have to go reshuffle again. We don't need to reshuffle up that something again. Anyway, a male Instagrammer joined in the debate asking, wow, what about promoting proper parenting? Or parenting to begin with instead of banning disciplinary actions? That's a valid point. Sure, some people go overboard. That's a true one. And that made us say earlier, some people take it to a next extreme. Some people remove it from keeping the kids in line to actual abuse. And I have to discourage that 100%. You understand? Alright. Better even when so now come with a certain level as to what you can do with a child. Or what you can use. And if the child reports certain things, so you use this or you use that in disciplining them, then you have the penalties. But removing it entirely, you're creating a problem which you never can deal with. Believe when me tell you that. Right? Sure, some parents go overboard, but in everything. So, bans aren't the solution. Promoting conflict resolution and listening and conversational skills targeted towards parents are far better plans. That is so true. Right? He opinioned about that. On Facebook, however, some appear to agree with Chuck's viewpoint, but still express concern. It's a case of agreeing to disagreeing. Because, really and truly, if it was a nation where he picked me them a broke stick in them ears or bad breed and go on some type of way, you could have seen with it. But not Jamaica. Me can't tell you that. I kind of agree and understand where Mr. Chuck is coming from, because in 2024, there should be no way a mother or father should be slapping a child or using a belt to slaughter or slap a child, leaving injuries, a woman stated. Added the user. At same time, Mr. Chuck has to tell us some better alternative to corporal punishment, because these kids are out of control. Exactly. It's better, Mr. Chuck has said, do not excessive when disciplining the child. That me say a while. That me say. You can have punishment for people who take it to a certain extreme. You understand? It can be monitored. And kids are educated as to report certain things if certain thing used. If you use a machete, report. That too much. If you use one piece of big broadboard, that too much. If you fling stone and lick the picnic, that too much. If you use a belt, fine. If you use your hand, fine. If you put them up, listen me no man. Listen me no. Boy, me I tell you. The Facebook user say, listen. Me I go see which government I go tell me say me can't lick pitney when pitney make up them mind to rude and bad. A woman had a different perspective on the issue at hand. I will never agree with the term corporal punishment as it relates to correcting a child and reinforcing positive behavior. That's true. You spare the rod and spoil the child. Discipline is as much the school as well as the home responsibility. I guess the behaviors that we are seeing now are as a result of the banning of corporal punishment, she reasoned. Meanwhile, a seemingly incensed woman wrote that, hope when them get out of control, you have a laugh at that. Cause them pitney nah stay in my house. Thank God mine are big and they are on their own. And at that me a talk about what him a go do when them a pitney get out of hand. Added another, if corporal punishment is removed from the homes, and no pitney a go beat them parents. Come on, man. Pitney already a tried that, and when they know that them parents can't put their hand on them, all the thing a go happen. Me say, them a create a monster where them not have an idea what them a do. Remember when J Progress telling you that. Look at how they are behaving now. Much less teachers having a hard time in classroom with these big men and women who are attending primary and secondary schools, and whatever implementation they put in place to address the bad behavior, not effective, she stated. Because you have teachers who are left the teaching profession. Because they don't have any control over kids anymore. They leave the profession because they realize that kids are the one running the schools, not the teachers. And they're having a hard time already, and they try every method, them try everything, and it not work. Because you can't curve Jamaica pitney. Them bad enough already. In a Jamaica, one time them used to tell us, say, the rudest pitney them come from foreign. Because they don't get no lick. And you hear them talk to them parents, and you hear them act, and you hear them guana attitude and slam door and talk back to them parents, and that you don't want to give Jamaica pitney them. Eh? Alright. Amid the views, a woman shared that corporal punishment is not an option at her home based on how her own parents carried out such disciplinary action. I don't beat my children, but I take away their pleasures and entertainment when they are rude. What about the parents them who not have nothing to buy no pleasures and entertainment for them picnic? As only could get up people who are hungry and kill them and them a suffer too. Eh? What them if take away? Take away them clothes and make them wear no clothes? What them a go take away? They not have nothing to take away. Them the people don't have phone. Some of them never have TV at their yard. And that you don't understand. If you don't want to do that, you go up in a uptown and them place to go do it because you don't cause problem. And some youth know in the ghetto. We are run down bad company. And you have to do that to keep them in line. And the only thing can keep them in line. How you go explain that now? What you go do for them, the youth there? When no say them can't do anything a road and come back and them mother and father can't beat them. Alright. I would never want my children to experience the beating I got from my mom and my father when I committed simple infractions in the past, she commented. People, me no know where them come up with this, but this is a shock for Jamaica. And if this happen, if they go through with it, then go through with it in the schools. What are the schools like now in Jamaica? Every month, every 2 months, a child in one of the schools is no longer among the land of the living. And this is starting from as low as primary school. So when you take it out of the home now, what happen to the entire country? What happen to them a pitney? What are we trying to create? I want to have things we can't manage already. We have a crime monster in Jamaica where we can't manage, we can't find a solution. Focus on energy on that. Get rid of that so that influence is not there for the child. We can't imagine, we don't know about pitney. We don't know what other pitney. We don't know road pitney yet. We know what land man. People, we are going to see what they have to see. And parents, me know and uno know. Say this not going to work in Jamaica. It will not be an effective method. Nowhere, no or in a no farm. Believe when me tell you that. 1J Progress Entertainment, me people. Believe no man? You don't have to ask nobody nothing. And nobody not have to tell you nothing. I just 1J Progress Entertainment. Believe.